Listen up, sports fans. Your favorite sportsbook, BetUS.com, is back for our 28th year of NFL action. With the industry's biggest sign-up bonus of up to 200%, BetUS offers our members the opportunity to cash in on all your favorite sports, including NFL, NBA, MLB, and more. We've also got hundreds of new casino games, including the coolest new European slots, and our live dealers are waiting for you at the table. Sign up at BetUS.com today to get into the action. BetUS, where the game begins. Listen up.
I apologize for the loop. There, but
it was good.
Mac is stupid, man. Just to let y'all know, I had to rock the most iconic movie of all time, The Sandlot. I'm sorry, was one of the most iconic baseball movies out there, The Sandlot. So I had to rock with my favorite baseball movie of all time, outside of the A League of Our Own, which is my greatest baseball movie of all time for me.
See, I don't know. I love John Goodman, right? I love the Babe movie, where he portrays Babe Ruth. I freaking love that movie. Like, and then it's that one and Field of Dreams with Kevin Costner.
Yeah, they up there, but you know, me being a kid, The Sandlot was just like. It's like to this day that I could watch it. Like I could watch it right now.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's definitely like a 4th of July movie for me.
Oh, you know why? Because they did have a 4th of July segment in there.
It was a very iconic game.
Yeah, but we hear y'all 2 days off from the show. 2 days off from the show, man, and the Bad News Bears. I don't know what you mean by that, Real to Goose TV, but what's going on, everybody? What's up? This is episode 54. 54. Even though that we missed 2 days, this is still episode 54. We're almost near 60 episodes of the Darion Hopkins Show, man. Make sure y'all comment, like, and subscribe to the channel. We are live on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch right now, y'all. We have a Twitch account. I made it today, and we have a Twitch account. So hopefully we can get some following over there, all at the D Hopkins Show. Make sure you go to SeatGeek. I know them summer concerts, some summer events is coming up in your area, especially the Beyonce concert is coming to Philadelphia soon. So I know people want to be talking about that. So make sure you get y'all $20 off. Make sure you get y'all $20 off using the promo code D Hopkins. And we got some other things coming in fruition. I think we have another sponsor coming in. It's an energy drink. That's all I'm gonna give y'all. It's an energy drink. But once I hear back from them tomorrow, after I have a meeting with them tomorrow, then I can see if it's official or not. But that's just a heads up. And I might have an energy drink on board, ladies and gentlemen. But good afternoon, fellas. How y'all doing today? How y'all feeling today?
Doing all right, man. Summer League been all right. It's been all right. Can't complain.
I'm not gonna lie, bud. That mic sounds good, man.
I appreciate it.
You've been working on your audio a little bit.
Man, we got to get it together, man. We trying to get it together, man. We trying to get now, you know.
Mac, you next to get a microphone, man. You next.
I mean, I honestly like this is just the microphone that's built into the Apple computer, bro.
Oh yeah, oh
I
yeah.
got I got 3 mics that's not in use. So if you let me know if you want me to send you a mic, then I can send you a mic.
I mean, do I really need it? Can you not hear me?
I mean, we can hear you, but you know,
Because
for the audio version, I got to do a lot of work to make sure that thing sound crisp. You know what I'm saying? But it's all good.
I mean, absolutely. I got you. I'm just waiting until I get my basement set up. Once I get my basement,
oh yeah, you did say that.
I get my little shit covered up down there, which you know is definitely going to be sooner rather than later. And you gonna see the Ravens Palace I got in the basement.
The Ravens Palace.
The Ravens Palace.
Bro,
you know what? That should be for real. If you just want to do just Ravens content, that what your YouTube channel should be.
No, that would
Ravens
be hella
Palace.
Nah, bro. Like
I'm gonna tell you why, real quick though. But I mean, Mac. Let me tell you, it's not too many Ravens content creators out there. I only know a few. So if you want to get viewership on Ravens content, you will blow. Like that, I'm telling you.
No, I mean, but my whole thing is like, you know what I mean? I don't want to be screaming at myself the majority of the time. You feel me?
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna be doing. You said it's bullshit, hardball.
I put you on there. I can put you on there with my cousin Mac. He a Browns fan. I know y'all had some good arguments.
Yeah, I mean, like, believe it or not, though, and it's crazy.
But y'all really don't have beef like that.
As much as I hate some of our like my division rivals, like we see things like pretty evenly.
Yeah, now y'all when the football, no, for real though, that's crazy.
It'd be crazy because especially the Browns, like we hate the Browns. The Browns hate us. You know,
y'all know fucking football though.
But I mean, ultimately, yeah, it makes for good football.
You want to know something crazy? When I went to Cleveland, like I was thinking, say like Baltimore, DC, Philly, Cleveland, Cincinnati. I thought like all those states up there, I always kind of like categorize them as up north because I'm from North Carolina. I didn't really know that them dudes know football, bro. Like when I went to Cleveland, my cousin told me, he's like, yeah, you know, Lattimore from here, Kels, and then when it was just crazy learning about all that stuff. He was like, nah, even with Cincinnati and bro, y'all know football. I did not know. Like, I was just thinking that was just like a Southern thing. Like, we really knew football like that. I didn't know. I mean, like that.
It is like that. Don't get me wrong. When it comes to the South, is like they really big on football, but y'all know some football. Yeah,
you know,
Cleveland's like little bit like it's not East Coast, but it's like Midwest.
Yeah.
So it's like Midwest-ish there when it comes to Cleveland. And I'm not going to do a lot. Like when I went to Canton, Ohio for the Hall of Fame game last season, when I tell you like they was out there, the football fans are out there. Go ahead, take your time, Mac. Take your time. But yeah, like so I looked at it for I really look at Cleveland, Ohio, or Cincinnati, or no matter what the state of Ohio as a good city for sports. Even though their sports is back on a come up, they do not care. They are one of those teams. They are one of like players come from there. LeBron James from Akron, Ohio, a big name in himself. Like there's so many good players that came out of the city of Akron.
I'm from Charlotte, Real Two Goons.
So
that's crazy. So like I was born in Caldwell County, North Carolina, right? And then like in my late teenage years, from 17 to like 21, like I was back and forth from North Carolina.
Yeah, bro. So the crazy part about it, like I kind of like as I got older, I started learning something about it. But my mom's from Cleveland. My dad is from Salisbury. He was originally born in Salisbury, but he was raised in Erie, Pennsylvania. So like
I know what Erie, Pennsylvania is at. That's more up northern Pennsylvania where Pittsburgh is at. I know exactly.
Yeah, so he's from Erie. So that like that's just stuff like that's just crazy. But either way. Let's get into these topics, man, for today, man. Let's see what's going down. The first topic, man. Let's get into some hot stuff, man.
I mean, y'all want to get? I mean, I really want to get into the Damian Lillard topics because from what I've heard about some days, talking about him not being interested in the Celtics, the Sixers, and the Nets, and saying that if he goes to the Celtics, the 76ers, or the Nets, you're getting an unhappy player.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you heard that, but I don't know if you heard that, Mac. But
yeah,
I saw it on Bleacher Report, and I was like an unhappy player. So it looks like he's narrowed it down that he wants to go to the Heat.
Yeah,
But the thing was, go ahead.
Bad. He's basically so now I guess it's more clarified that he is demanding to go to the Heat. Like he is requesting a trade to Miami. He's not he didn't request a trade he was requesting a trade to Miami. But now I was just happy to hear. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, and I hate to throw this out there, but I'm gonna be me. I was happy to hear somebody call somebody else a diva besides James Harden, because this is a very diva-ish move of Damian Lillard. Because it's several other contending teams that you could go to besides the Heat. Honestly, even with go ahead.
But you know why? The Heat, they have a front court and they have a back court.
But then the thing is that I don't think Dame is thinking either, which is kind of in his benefit, bro. If a team like the Celtics, how the Celtics just picked up those other second round picks, and I just seen it earlier, they're saying they're still trying to score another big player. It's a couple other teams still trying to score big guards. So I think that the Heat just lost Gabe. They lost Max Strus. And yes, I get it. Like you still get that production from Bam. You still get that production from Jimmy. But if Tyler Hero has to leave in that trade, Tyler Hero and say Jaquez, if he has to leave, where's your other points? You still need 2 other players on the court. You still need 5 players on the bench, or at least 3 players off the bench to come and produce something. And I know Eric has been the miracle man at trying to make stuff happen with bench players, but I mean, I just don't see them. They don't have any depth right now. I don't see them with any depth on the bench.
Yeah, no, and for me, I think it's crazy to go against the Celtics. To put the Celtics on there, the Celtics could literally trade for Dame and still have enough left over to try to trade for a big man. So then you get a big defender, you get Porzingis for big man points. You turn around, you got Tatum, you got Dame, and you can throw in pretty much anybody else, and it's still that is one of the top. You know what I mean? It would be one of the top teams in the league, guaranteed.
I just think that Dame is the reason why he put the Boston Celtics on there, because the loss of Marcus Smart, the loss of Grant Williams, even though Grant Williams is not a starter, yeah, I get it. He's not a starter, but he's definitely a role player that could come off the bench when your star players is not up there. Now, Porzingis was a great acquisition when it comes to it, but now if you want to, in that like what Boy was saying, if teams are going for a bigger guard, or you're going for a bigger guard for the Boston Celtics, you're going to have to lose some more quality players in those assets. You're just not gonna be able to just give away just draft picks for Damian Lillard. You're gonna have to lose like a Robert Williams, or you're gonna have to lose like a Malcolm Brogdon, and then you just had your starting 5 and no bench. So when it comes to that, Porzingis is a starter.
Hold on. They got some young guys. The Celtics had some young guys from
no. See, the Celtics. Don't get me wrong.
They have a couple young players that can come on the bench.
And see, I'm not saying that as far as any other team. I'm saying that just as far as the Heat. I just feel like just as far as the Heat is I
was going to say the Celtics still got a pretty decent.
And I still like the Heat move. I just feel like, bro, with him trying to muscle it, guys
in reserve last year.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So having them 3 guys in reserve, now they're coming back this year
because
and playing in the summer leagues. Like I said, they're gonna be tuned up. That's why I think it's crazy to count the Celtics out, because the Celtics got enough picks, young players, and good players. Because you can't tell me you can't package a small package with White and move White in a package for a big
thing. That's losing more reserve.
But see, I like that, Matt, because that's exactly what I was gonna say. Now that's why I said I like the Heat. I mean, I like the Celtics move more than that, because they can still.
So hear me out. Portland would get Williams and Brogdon and say a couple picks, then turn around and say you're going to ship White and you're going to ship another young player to be determined in a couple picks, and say they send it for oh my God, what's his name? The French guy from fucking Minnesota. It starts with a G. What's his name?
Rudy Gobert.
Yeah, there you go. So, and they package a trade and go get a guy like Rudy. You know what I'm saying? Now this is a complete. That is wow. That is wow.
I do not see. I don't see Porzingis and Rudy Gobert in the same lineup.
What you mean? That would be perfect because you got one that's a rim protector and one that's literally.
And that I can say that would allow Porzingis to fully be able to play how he wants to play. Because then he won't. Yeah, and then not saying, but and y'all will both get what I'm saying in the perspective. Porzingis is not that physical guy down low. You get what I'm saying? So wait,
he like a bunch of sticks. I mean,
so with Rudy, Rudy being there, you get what I'm saying? It's like now I know my homeboy got my back. You get what I'm saying? He like, well, now I can just you feel me? I can get on.
I mean, agree to disagree, but I just feel like you're losing too many quality bench players for Damian Lillard. It's just, I mean, Derek White is a really good quality player that you don't want to lose. Like, let's be real. Malcolm Brogdon is probably one of the best basketball.
The only reason
Damian Lillard.
The only reason I
get it. But you don't have no bench. You don't have no bench if you go get him. You have no bench.
The only reason I say
I don't even know none of the young players on Boston. I don't know none of them young players. I don't know them. They're relevant to me. I don't know them.
They got some young players. The only thing I can say is I don't see now Brogdon. I can see them trying to move Brogdon because they already did. Now, White, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna see them moving White, and the only reason I'm gonna say why is because White is supposed to be like their V3 version of Marcus Smart. You get what I'm saying? Right. So they wouldn't have gave away Smart, and then still they're not. I don't think they're moving away from White. He was a big.
Yeah, I don't think they would either. Yeah. I think White is very valuable to Boston.
Yeah, he kind of is the glue to Tatum and Brown being on the court. If you get what I'm saying, like he's able to kind of how Marcus.
So they do have a bench. So they got Pritchard.
Yeah,
right?
Peyton Pritchard.
Hauser, right? They got Justin Champagne, DJ Davis.
And we're gonna talk about Champagne. We're gonna talk about Champagne later.
Guys have been playing off their bench for the last
I'm not gonna lie.
Come in and start in as your sixth man.
Champagne is balling, right? We're gonna talk about this later.
The summer league is the summer league, but when you're playing with the big dogs, it's a different
I'm talking about last year in the playoff. Pritchard came in and got valuable minutes and got valuable points.
Yeah, Pritchard is the only notable name that you mentioned. I don't know nobody else.
I mean, somebody. So I'm gonna say somebody did argue me. Somebody did argue me one time about Hauser dropping 20 plus on the 76ers. I'm not gonna lie, but I mean, you know,
that's what I'm saying. Like,
I don't even remember that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, but I'm saying though, like they some of these guys have had really good game in the NBA games, like regular season. So it's not that they can't produce. It's that they had guys in front of them so good that they never really got a chance. That's why I said they had 3 guys on reserve last year on the Celtics. Like now some of these players are actually going to get more playing time and more juice. Like, come on, that's why I'm saying.
And then another thing that I can't say you can't argue. I can say you can't argue with that too, Mac, is on your side, shit, you got what damn near like I average it out, I say damn near 70 points between 3 players on the court, bro. Like damn near. You get what I'm saying? So those players might not have to do a lot, but what they already been doing, which I can get what Mac is saying, is get them a more opportunity now to actually do their thing. But I can get what D-Hop saying too is does Boston want to dismantle the team that has took them that far, right, even though they
to the NBA finals, into the Eastern Conference.
They already lost Grant. Grant.
That's what I'm saying. You already lost Grant, and then you got to move on from Robert Williams. Then you might have to move on from Derek White and Brogdon. You're losing too much.
That's a lot.
That's a lot to move. For Damian Lillard.
But again, like it's they have guys to replace the wings and the guards. Like that's what they have on their bench. They have guards and wing
who do you have to replace Robert Williams?
Luke Cornett.
Who?
Hey, Luke.
He just came out of college.
Luke got the
impact of what Robert Williams give you on the floor.
But I get what Mac is saying too.
Offensively more.
Defensively,
no, not as much.
But to a certain extent,
he's bigger. He's bigger. You're talking about a 7-footer though. You're not talking about a guy who's smaller sized and plays with tenacity. That's what Williams does, but Williams doesn't give you consistent offense. Let's be
But Mac,
honest.
like you were saying, to a certain extent, you can't really say what he'll give you. We haven't seen him with Robert Williams minutes as consistent as Robert Williams has had those minutes. You get what I'm saying? Robert Williams didn't come in playing like he is now. You get what I'm saying? It took him those 2 or 3 years with him getting 20 plus minutes, and then he became the guy he is now. You get what I'm saying?
I just think as far as big men go, you have the rotation of Porzingis, Robert Williams, and Horford. I think your big men are right there. You don't need nothing else.
I mean,
you don't need nothing else.
But realistically,
that's weak.
Realistically, I get what Mac is saying. If they which they are, they're pursuing Dame, which I mean we just sent in. And of course, today, if y'all been tuned in, but Brogdon is in that package. Somebody else big off that team is in there. Rather it's Robert Williams, rather it's Jaylen Brown, like somebody else big is in that package, bro. And so I get what Mac is saying. It's gonna become a point where those role players are gonna become one of them are gonna become the sixth man next year. Put it like that. One of them players are about to become the sixth man next year that he named off. Now, I know we might not like him, but even Peyton Pritchard, I'm not going to lie, he's not a bad player. He's not. I'm not going to –
I understand he's not a bad player, but out of all the names that Mac noticed, he was the only notable name that I knew. I'm just being honest.
And I can't say even when, like I said, I was this was when we was arguing.
Disappointed you don't know Hauser though.
This is the crazy part. When we was playing them in the playoffs,
I don't watch Boston
when we was playing them in the playoffs, I was arguing with a dude on YouTube for a week straight, and it was so funny because we had commented on a comment, and literally every day when they would lose, he would comment. When we would win, I would comment back. But when we was talking back and forth, he was like Sam Hauser, and I was like, who the fuck is Sam Hauser? And so that's when he kind of put me on guys. Like, damn, he did drop 20 on Philly by himself. Like he did. He definitely did. Like he's not. And I get what you're saying. We might not be a big defensive team, and we might not be all that or whatever. But still, that means something for him to be the player he is and to have the minutes he has gotten over his career. So
I was kind of surprised that the Brooklyn Nets was in this team that he's not acquiring. I don't understand why he don't want to go to Brooklyn more than why he don't want to go to. I understand that you got Mikal Bridges, you got Cam Johnson, and they made some moves, but I kind of get it why he doesn't want to go to Brooklyn. I think it's not considered not like a big market or something. I don't know, but I was kind of surprised to see Brooklyn in here.
I mean, but is it the thing of does he not want to go to Brooklyn, or at this point it's starting to look like do teams really want Dame? Do they really want to give up because teams are going to have to break their team up to get him, basically. So
or you're going to have to give up a star player to.
So even with Brooklyn, with them even with Brooklyn, with them committing to Cam again, or I know you've seen that. I know you kept talking about that. So with them, like, okay, we're going to keep Cam. Like that's a player I'm pretty sure was going to be in that trade, or even Nick, even Claxton. Like those are like Max said, that's a young team and. Claxton is one of them monuments in that young team. Do you want to move him off that team? It becomes a whole different team now. Or even it would just be him and I think for that to work, it would be literally be him and Bridges. That's all it would be. If Brooklyn was to make that move
after they just re-signed Cam, do you think they still would move him?
I mean, I think that's the only way that's happening. If that happens, it's literally going to.
So Miami is honestly the only team that can make a trade and still have enough pieces to where Dame feels like, okay, I'm in a much better position. Because the thing is, he's not trying to go for a better position. He wants to go to a much better position. And he wants to go with a coach that's going to help coach and push his guys to the most. He wants a ring. Can you blame him? He wants a ring. That's what he's going for. So if it's going to be Lillard, it's going to be Bam, and it's going to be Jimmy. Those are going to be the big three in Miami. And they're going to try to put some pieces around them.
And it's crazy you said that.
If they could find a way to keep Tyler Hero in this package, they possibly could.
But that's crazy. You took the words right out of my mouth. That's when Max said that. Since we've been speaking on that, the Heat are the only team that's willing to give up something like Tyler Hero. That's the only reason I think that's still going, because they're like, okay, we're willing to give up Tyler Hero. You get what I'm saying? He's a big player, but like. When it comes to players like Robert Williams and Celtics, like, you get what I'm saying? When it comes to players like Derek White, like all these other teams, like, do we really want to give up these players? You get what I'm saying? And Then when he gets here, it's like, are we in a better predicament or in a worse predicament? So I feel like the only way that's going to work with the Heat is Tyler Hero being in that package. He's gone. But the only thing I don't like with that is the rookie. I've been saying his name a lot. If he's been in that package, like a lot of those rumors,
he shouldn't be in that package, man. He just shouldn't be.
And I feel like he's a Heat type player. He fits that team.
He is.
He fits that team, bro.
He fits the style of how Sprosa wants to play.
But I can't lie. When you put Scoot, you put Hero, you put Grant. I mean Nurkic if he's healthy or not. You get what I'm saying? Simons. You put the young boy over there. That's a young squad.
I got a feeling in this trade that Damian Lillard is not going to be the only player traded though. I think they're going to have to package in another player. They're going to have to package in another player because Miami just ain't going to want Dame. I'll let you know that now. They're not just going to want Dame and draft picks. Absolutely
Nurkic.
not.
They bring in Nurkic.
They can bring in a Nurkic or Anthony Simons. It's one or the other. You're going to have to package something.
Simon's not. I can see Nurkic going, and then even with Bam needing a backup, you get what I'm saying? He needs a backup big man that's consistent.
Yeah, because they lost Cody Zeller, and even though Cody Zeller's not a great big man, he's not a great backup.
Nah, he's fundamental though.
He's okay. He ain't the best, but he's okay.
He's a fundamental big man. He's not going to give.
When you're talking about off the bench guy that gives you that type of energy and that type of production work, like I mean, if you look at the fundamentals.
That's why I said Cody. Yeah, you know how long Cody was in Charlotte. Cody is fun. He's one of the most fundamental sound big men in the league. I'm just talking about straight fundamentals. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like he doesn't have a lot of flash to
physicality, but he's definitely gonna be fundamental with you, basically. Yeah. So Arku was saying that they couldn't have paid Jeremy Grant that much money. I still think it was highly overpaid for Jeremy Grant. You could have moved Jeremy Grant instead of signing him. For real. You could have put him in the package with Damian Lillard instead of signing him.
And teams probably would have actually offered something good for Grant, actually. But
I think it's going to be. I think it like I said, it's going to be a multi-team trade. I don't think it's going to be between just Miami and Portland. It's going to be another team that have to be involved for Damian Lillard to go to Miami. I don't know what other team is going to be. I don't know if it's going to be from the West Coast. I don't know if it's going to be from the East Coast. I don't know, but I'm really surprised that Damian Lillard at this point, Celtics, Sixers, and Nets is that you're not interested in going to. Number one, Damian Lillard, you don't have a trade clause to pick where you want to go. You're not Bradley Beal. Exactly. You're not Bradley Beal. Number two, the Portland Trailblazers could trade you anywhere that they want to trade you. So if you're going to be unhappy in that city, then that's on you.
And they could. And then it's crazy because now with him saying like, oh, and I don't even want to say what I really call it, but with him basically dropping his nuts on them, basically that's what I'm saying. They're like, nah, this is where I'm going. They could really do you dirty. Like, matter of fact, your ass going to Charlotte. We like, you get what I'm saying? You going to Utah since you want to be like that. You get what I'm saying? Like, bro, because they can go to Utah and pick up a Markkanen, a Colin Sexton, and really get a steal. You get what I'm saying? So I think he should just be aware of what he's doing right now, bro. Like,
because listen, they can send you to a real bad team right now. He'll be like, you know what? I'm sending you to Orlando. Screw that. I'm sending you to Orlando.
We gonna get Banchero, the rookie of the year. We go
Rockets. Sending them to the Rockets.
And the Rockets not going. The Rockets not, hey,
to the Rockets, bro.
It's crazy because man, it's crazy that you mentioned see, it's a lot of Rockets content creators though, but I'm gonna probably start some locked in Rockets stuff this year. But the Rockets not moving nothing. They happy with the squad.
They're not getting rid of nobody.
But it's crazy because a couple pieces they are talking about moving is maybe Jayshawn Tate and Kevin Porter Jr. But that's not no Dame pool though. And I don't feel they trying to move away from Jayshawn Tate before Kevin Porter, but that's not Dame worthy. But everybody else is not leaving, especially with them not getting Brook Lopez, Alfred Şengün, he's not leaving. They got a solid team, man. Dude, it's gonna be lit this year, man. I can't wait to see what the Rockets
I would be surprised if they could play together with Ime Udoka being the head coach there. They could definitely get a play in.
Man, they just got
get a play in especially the way the style of Udoka plays. Coaches anyway.
And Udoka, man, I just like how he's been very like He's been real vocal with that team. He's been doing a lot of interviews. You see him with them a lot. Fred VanVleet and Jalen Green already working out together. I feel like VanVleet's gonna really give Fred. He's really gonna give Jalen Green what he needs as far as like maturing on the court. Then you got they're talking about bringing Austin Rivers in, signing him just to bring him back to help out with Jalen Green. So. I like what the Rockets. They were talking about Whitmore working out. Whitmore is looking good, man. It's gonna be, man. I can see they can sneak in there this year. Now, don't sleep on the Rockets. They lucky they didn't get Brook Lopez. They would have been a problem.
It's crazy how Brook and Robin Lopez is in both of them Milwaukee now.
Yeah, man.
So they're back together.
They love them boys over there.
Dirty.
Yeah, it just came out that Lillard and his agent want the Blazers GM to have a meaningful negotiation with Miami. So it's clear to say that he wants to go to Miami. And Mac, you good? Like you were just getting up like you fell off the chair or something. You all right?
No. So I dropped some specialty stuff on the floor and
Oh man.
The dreaded outcome that nobody wants to see, but as soon as it happens, you're like, no.
It's like you in a quick shock. It's like you're in a quick shock. But I wanted to get into how do Grant Williams now fit in this trade to the Dallas Mavericks? Even though it was a three-team trade, and he agrees to a $54 million contract, which is 4 years.
Yeah.
How you think he's going to fit? Oh,
on the team?
Yeah, how y'all think he's going to fit? What's going on, man?
My man got the cat hanging from the window.
Yeah, hang on. Hold up. Yeah, this is a kitty that we rescued and the newest member of the No Mercy Sports family.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope.
Hey, hi, Jelly Bean.
Not you call it Jelly Bean is the name?
Yeah, we were at a neighbor's. When we started hearing meowing, and she decided that she thought she could be a dog and swim across the apartment pool.
But I like
her. The neighbor's like, "Can I name her? Can I name her?" We're like, "Yeah, sure."
So just to give a quick breakdown of the Grant Williams trade, the Mavericks get Grant Williams, the Spurs get Reggie Bullock and a 2030 unprotected pick swapped from Dallas, and the Celtics get multiple second-round picks. And it said that Williams was a restricted free agent after the Celtics extended a 8.4 qualifying offer to him on June 29th after drawing significant interest on the open market. He was ready to leave. He was ready to lead the team. And they drafted him 22nd in the 2019 NBA draft. So, I mean, the Spurs got a Reggie Bullock that's really underrated in his league. That's really not talked about. They get a 2030 protected pick swap, and the Mavs get Grant Williams. Now, how does Grant Williams now, knowing that the Mavs got Seth Curry, they re-signed Kyrie, you got Luka Doncic, They got some good players in the draft. How y'all feel that Grant Williams would fit in here, knowing that they did not re-sign Christian Wood either?
I think he fits great, bro. So I had some keynotes about him because I was just Grant. Yeah, I went to school with Grant in high school, but he just went. I always say Tennessee. He played for Tennessee. Like he kind of just. Do you know the power forward position? Like the power forward position, like he just kind of brung that back. I feel like when you think of power forward, you could think of him. You get what I'm saying? Him being 6'6", he played good off the bench in the playoffs. He averaged 8 points, 4 rebounds. He shot 40% from three over 150 games. Like he healthy every season. Like you said, best abilities, availability. He just gives them that 4 they need. Unselfish player. You get what I'm saying? He's like a reliable PJ Tucker. You get what I'm saying? He's gonna play defense, rebound, and he's gonna shoot. So they need that on that team, bro. With no Christian Wood, they gonna have to have probably some rookie, or it's not gonna be somebody good playing at the center probably. So they gonna need somebody like him down there to help out probably and be able to knock some shots down.
I'm gonna have to clip this
Bro.
out because this cat is something else right now.
So I would 100% say like he's a young PJ Tucker, but this motherfucker got a long shot, a mid-range shot, and he's got ground game.
I think he's a better shooter than
Reggie
PJ
Bullock we're
Tucker.
talking
Though.
about.
Yeah, he shot 43% from the three last year.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think he's a better shooter than PJ Tucker. But I get the resemblance though.
Bro,
I get
yeah.
the resemblance.
he a dog.
Yeah,
And then you
I
got
know
to think
remember
too.
him playing Miami, and he was pumping them motherfuckers up. He was like,
And it's crazy too because he's replacing a Reggie Bullock. Reggie Bullock was supposed to be one of their top shooters last year. Over his last 2 seasons, he averaged 7 points. He shot 37% from the three in 146 games. So it's like you just upgraded. They upgraded. I definitely feel like they upgraded.
Listen, Grant with starting minutes is most likely going to give you a double-double. He's going to fight for the rebound.
and I think he can start. I think he can start for
Yo,
Dallas.
he's definitely getting it. He's definitely. I had that in my notes. So he's definitely. I don't even want to say contending. I don't feel like, as far as the fourth position, who would they start over him? You got.
Yeah,
I mean,
that is true. But I mean, I still just can't get over the fact that Jimmy Butler, like, he tried to go toe to toe with him, but Butler was just like, "I bet this is what you're gonna show me. This is what I gotta show you."
But see, this is what I can't give Grant. Like with them still having what's my guy name? What's the other guy over there? The other wing player they had, the defender.
What for Dallas?
Yeah, for Dallas.
Oh,
So the
Not Reggie.
They got Finney Smith.
Finney Smith. Okay, so you still got Dorn. You still got so you got Finney Smith because Grant is not he'll step out there and guard a wing, but that's why I say he's a bona fide four because he's not that fast in the feet. You get what I'm saying? He can step out there and guard a Jimmy Butler, but that might be on the little switch he just showing or something like that. But him just one-on-one, he's gonna get cooked. But when you got him guarding something, if you could put him, and it's crazy because I love Julius Randle, but you could put him more like a Julius Randle. He can make some. Yeah, you could put him on a Julius Randle or something like that. He gonna get him trouble. He's gonna get him trouble. Or
I think the only thing they lacking is a true five.
Yeah,
that's the only thing that Dallas is lacking.
The White Powell just got to step it up this year. We got to see what the White Powell gonna do.
Oh yeah, because right now, as far as the big man goes, it's Nikola Jokic and then everybody else.
Yep. Basically. But I think is the way they shaping up that Dallas roster. You know they went out and got Seth Curry to go back there. Then you got what's the other guy that used to be there that used to play for the Clippers? Now he's back there.
DeAndre Jordan?
No, Nolan. Was it Nolan Powell?
Nolan Powell. No, I thought he still played for the Clippers.
No, he re-signed back with the Mavericks.
Oh, that's
Nolan
big.
Powell. He's underrated. He's definitely one of the
Nolan
that's
Powell. He re-signed
big.
back with the Mavericks.
He signed with the Clippers. I mean, he signed with the Mavericks.
I thought he signed. I thought he signed with the Mavericks.
That boy Murray from Atlanta just signed a $120 million extension with Atlanta, and it's crazy that y'all talk about that came up.
Who, DeJounte Murray?
DeJounte Murray. I don't want to get too much off topic, but and this is last year, I've been keeping up with Atlanta since they lost. They could possibly be trying to move away from Trae Young. The only thing is, who's gonna want to guard that small? That's the only. They was like, who's gonna want a 6-foot guard? He shot. I think he was leading in attempt in threes, but he was like in the bottom half in percentage. So it just, I don't think they can find anybody to take him. But
he sounds like a Wizards kind of player.
Honestly, Trae Young, like, it really goes back to his days at Oklahoma. You shut him down, the rest of the team ain't gonna do a damn thing about it. Like, Murray would have been better off just staying in San Antonio and waiting for Victor to get drafted.
It's Norman, not Nolan. It's Norman Powell. My bad.
So he really did sign with the Mavericks?
From what I'm trying to get the thing. The actual, yeah.
Because But if he did, Norman Powell is a guy that can get you 25 easy. Like he's one of them guys. Like he slept on. That's why I feel Max. He's one of them 20-point bucket getter type guys. Like
so he's a sort of like under the radar type of player.
No, most definitely.
But he's not though. But he's not though because he's so motherfucking consistent. Like, bro, because teams overlook him all the time, and like literally, you leave him open, he's gonna catch your ass.
Right.
No, it's Norman Powell. Norman Powell played for the Clippers, not Dwight Powell. Dwight Powell did not play for the Clippers. It's Norman Powell.
No, I'm saying Dwight Powell is.
No, I'm saying like what Arku was saying in the chat. So I'm looking at all the
different guy. We're talking about a different guy.
Yeah, we're talking about a different guy here. So
yeah, he plays the 3.
No, he's still the Clippers. He's still in the Clippers because they saying it's rumored that he might be.
Oh, okay.
Linked in the Harden buzz. But boy, if he was signed to the Mavs, that make them crazy.
Oh yeah, they'd be a good contender in the West, honestly.
Yeah, I swore he was a free agent. I swore that like something came down from Woj or Sham saying that he signed back with the Dallas Mavericks because he was a free agent, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, so the Clippers have been trying to find a trade exit for both Marcus Morris and Norman Powell. Let's say they waive Eric Gordon a 21 million salary for next season. And so what is Powell's deal?
Yeah, because Powell's deal is not really like, I don't think it was nothing that it broke the bank from what I remember. But I thought he was a good asset for the Los Angeles Clippers, though. I think he's so consistent when he gets in as a starter, you definitely see his full potential. But you definitely saw it in the playoffs when Kawhi was out and Norman Powell came in and stepped in.
He's on 5 year. Yeah, he's on
a 5 year. Okay, yeah. So he's still with the Clippers. I swore it was something with the Mavericks. I don't know, but as far as the Mavericks go, I think they're going to be a sleeper team. In my opinion, they're going to be a sleeper team. They didn't make the playoffs last year, but I think they made some right moves to get a backup guard, to a backup point guard to get Steph Curry there, Steph Curry is a okay player. You know, he's a good shooter when he is, but
the only reason
I think it's better than what they had last year. Say that again. No Mercy.
The only reason that he continues to get slept on and overlooked is because of his brother. I
agree.
See, I mean, but I'm gonna tell you this: like, as a basketball fan, I don't think I've ever overlooked Steph Curry.
Steph Curry,
yes.
Oh yeah.
Like, I agree too. It's crazy though, Ben. It's crazy because Steph Curry went to Duke. That's the crazy part.
Like when he was with the 76ers, that's really when I was like, oh shit, homeboy can ball.
The Sixers should have never traded him. That was stupid of the 76ers. That was stupid.
Yeah, I think it was, aside from the 76ers, it was also the Dallas, his first stint with the Dallas Mavericks that it was like, okay, cool. You're actually showing that you can be so much more than like basically being in your brother's shadow.
Right. And it's crazy because he went to Duke. He was one of the best players coming out of Duke University, even though Steph went to Davidson. Davidson is like a nobody school. Steph made that school, Davidson, to what it was. But I mean, it just reversed when it got into the NBA. Steph started to be a better player, and Steph Curry, you know, he was never a starter in the NBA, but he was a great sixth man coming off the bench. And I think now going back to Dallas, he's going back. And I think he's going to do. I think he's going to do really well. I think Grant Williams is going to have a breakout year. I think his numbers is going to exceed a little bit higher than what he was with Boston. And I think I like the Dallas Mavericks. They're going to be a sleeper team. I say the same thing about the Rockets. So I think both of them are going to be a sleeper team.
Oh yeah, the Rockets look really good.
Yeah, absolutely. So, any of y'all watched the NBA Summer League, yo? So. I mean, I know I've been watching a few games. I watched some of the games last night.
Luke was betting on the games. I won. So off a $3 bet, I won 30. No, it was a $2 bet. I won $31.
Well, at least you could have told me
that.
So $30.
I just want to.
I just want to. So I took Boog's advice on one, but I didn't take his advice on the one bet and played it, and that's the one that I won. The bet that he ran. He had two wrong, so I was like, I went with the gut instead.
Yeah, Charlotte,
So,
man.
who is y'all standout players so far since the summer league
I
started?
mean,
Because
Miami.
not even a team, just players. Not even the teams, just players. Because we know the summer league is just the
It's
summer league. Of course, you're
When I
going to
say
win the
Miami,
championship
you
and
know
stuff.
exactly who I'm talking about, though.
Are you talking about Triple J?
Yeah, Javier or Javier,
So-
however.
Keegan Murray. I don't know if y'all know about Keegan Murray. I've been tuned in to him since he played for Iowa, but he combined for over 70 points in 62 minutes over the game. So
Yeah, 41 last night, 31.
He had a 29-point game against the Warriors on Monday. He scored 14 of their first 21 points in the first quarter, and by halftime he had another 19. Third quarter he came out, scored another 13, and that was the league you were talking about, that they beat them 95 83. So Murray, man, I like Murray, bro. And this year in the summer league, I feel like we know he's a shooter. He got fundamentals. He can score. He's a creator, but he's being a lot more aggressive with the ball. He was taking a lot. He was being a lot more aggressive, driving the lane, just being a lot more aggressive. So that was one of my breakouts. One of my breakouts. Another one was my guy I was telling you about with the Warriors. My boy, Brandon Pozemski or Pozemski, however you say it. Whatever.
Yeah, don't try to butcher the name.
But he in his second game in the summer league, he had 17 points. He had 5 steals, 4 rebounds, 2 threes, 1 assist, 1 block. He went crazy, bro. He had a buzzer beater layup, double pump fake 3. Like, bro, when I tell you he fits in with that Warriors team, and we didn't really talk too much about the Warriors a lot, but man, I feel like the Warriors actually got deeper on the bench side. Like, as far as like how they drafted, and the Warriors might have got a little deep, bro. Like, because
I think that with the guy that you just talking about, I think they found a replacement for DiVincenzo. I'm not.
Just
the way he plays. That's who he reminds me of. He reminds me of DiVincenzo.
So
what about Brandon Miller? What happened?
He was gonna be first. He was gonna be first, but we're gonna say that.
Oh, you're being serious about Brandon Miller.
He was gonna be. Oh no, he was gonna be first.
Statement
oh no, not a breakout. He's not having a breakout.
I'm just saying, like, bro.
So you got to think. Okay, so let's get to it then. Brandon Miller has 7. He has 7 fouls in the game. They allow you 10 in the summer league. He has 7 fouls. He shot.
Wait, I thought he got
8. Wait. So you telling me they allow you 10 personal fouls in the summer league?
They let you have 10 fouls in the summer league. They let you have 10.
I see. That's something I didn't know. I had no clue of that.
So in his game against the Warriors, no, it was 7. It was 7.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So his game yesterday against the Warriors, he had 6 points, 2 for 4 shooting. He was 1 for 2 from the 3, 7 assists, 4 rebounds, 1 steal, and 4 turnovers. This is bro. I've been talking about this like literally last 2 days. I was like, Charlotte, 7. He had 7 assists, but it's still like, I'm not going to lie. It's like his body is not NBA ready. I'm not gonna lie. That's what it looked like to me.
Yeah,
it looks like his body is not NBA ready as far as like contact, driving to the lane. It's just like he can't kind of get what he want. And then D-Hop, you mentioned this too. I think with him going to Bama and him not playing all the time, them top-notch guys, them big guys like that, like now it's affecting him, bro. He just can't get to his shot. Like he just can't get to it how he wants to, bro.
And he plays a little bit conservative. Like he plays like he's scared a little bit, like 2 for 4 for a number 2 overall draft pick. I mean, that's
but the big thing I want everybody to realize though is Charlotte is kind of doing the opposite of what they were supposed to do. The whole purpose of getting Brandon and not getting Scoot is to have a guy play off the ball. Y'all got Brandon bringing the ball down. He's not a point guard. He's not that Scoot. He's not that ball dominant guy. So I feel like they're kind of setting him up for failure with that too. But he's still not showing up a little bit like how they thought. I was like, damn, I know they like, fuck, we should have got Scoop, bro. Like, we might have.
Yeah, but keep in mind,
they putting him in a bad place too. They just putting him in bad places on the basketball court.
But then when you say that, no mercy, I'm not gonna lie. Charlotte's, as far as they summer league team and as far as they draft, they loaded up. I'm Nick Smith Jr., David, Brandon, like they loaded up. They got a lot of guys, bro. They have a lot of guys. They just not performing. Like when I tell you they are getting
Right.
their ass whooped right now, they just getting their ass whooped, bro. Like every game I have seen in the first quarter, they getting. The first half they getting blew out by like 20 plus. Going into the second half, it's at least a 20 plus league going into the second half every time.
And we will see Wembanyama tomorrow. So he makes his debut in Friday for the NBA Summer League. I want to see this because the hype. I know the hype is rough. I don't know about is Scoop playing in the Summer League?
Put him on a poster. Somebody's gonna be looking to put him on a poster.
Oh.
So, because I haven't seen Scoop play yet. Is Scoop is playing with the Trailblazers in the Summer League? Because I have not seen anything. But did y'all see the dunk by Trey Mann? Oklahoma City is going to be loaded. I'm telling you right now. Watch out for Oklahoma City Thunder. Chet Holmgren is like he's back to form after that broken foot. Chet Holmgren might be their guy.
Pounds of solid muscle. He put on some weight.
He definitely put on weight.
Oh yeah.
I like Chet Holmgren, but that dunk by Trey Mann, it gave me Vince Carter vibes back in the day. Like it just nuts on the head. Like I'm dunking over you. I don't care how big you are.
Like I got you.
It gave me the USA dunk. That's what it gave me. It gave me the USA dunk. I was like, yo, that's nasty. And even Triple J, his dunk in the Summer League, when he came out in a fast break, the dunk was nasty. I think he dunked over two people off the fast break. And I was just like, man, these guys is balling. Like, like the guys that Bud was talking about, I'm like, okay, these guys are balling, but
I'll be honest, I really haven't been keeping track of the Summer League. I've been more so into baseball, just like because since it started, like the new rules, like no shift, the pitch clock. And as a fan, you're just completely against it because you're so used to how it's been for like the last 100 plus years.
What they got a new rule?
Yeah, they got
a picture, no shift
for the pitchers.
Yeah, so it's like no shift. You can't have like a shortstop and shallow left center or right center field or something like that. The pitch clock, they have about 20 seconds when there's no runner on base to deliver a pitch, and 30 seconds when there are runners on base to deliver a pitch. And just, as a baseball fan, you're like, well, how is this going to fare? Because if there's a pitch clock violation and, it comes in a big moment like the playoffs or the World Series, and that's how it ends, because there was no summer or spring training game that a game ended on a pitch clock violation. It's like, well, what the fuck? What happens in a serious do-or-die moment when you're in the playoffs and a championship is on the line?
That would be very controversial once the playoffs start for baseball. Very controversial. So they're going to have to get them pitches out quicker now. Unfortunately. And the thing about it is, even though I watch a little bit of baseball, but I can say doing that, that pitcher's clock, it makes the game a bit faster than what it was.
Yeah, and like I said, Marlins pitcher Sandy Alcantara literally pitched a under 2-hour complete game against the Minnesota Twins, and it was like, oh, well, maybe the pitch clock is a good thing because we don't got to see batters warming up. We don't got to see like a Nomar Garcia-Parra type getting ready to step into the batter's box. We don't got to listen to the commentators just babble on about what they did over the weekend or if they took any fishing trips. It's just, hey, we're talking baseball. We're watching baseball. That's all we came to do.
It's gonna be interesting once the AL and the NLCS starts. It's gonna be very interesting to watch in the fall.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be interesting after the All-Star game. I mean, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, because we're just getting into the real thick of it. But the whole thing is it's going to be like this. Like, that's something that you're going to have to prepare for now.
Exactly.
So especially going into the playoffs, like you've had all season to prepare and understand that if you put yourself in a position where the bases are loaded and you have 3 balls, and you don't pitch that ball out fast enough, and you get called, and they score, and you lose like that, that's kind of your fault.
Yeah,
Right.
It is at that point. I'm just saying, like, let's be honest here. So for a situation like that, I mean, I kind of like it because it forces you to play your best.
Exactly.
And then you can see, like, you can clearly see now who can be, like, what teams are outcoaching what teams.
Exactly. And I'll be honest, like, with no shift change, it's essentially like we're going back to, I know the home runs aren't as deep as they were back then. It's essentially like we're going back to the steroid era of baseball. You're seeing all these great players with like 250 and above batting averages that are just shining like no other. And the teams that have just been lackluster since the early 2000s are just living in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
I got a question though, Mercy. So,
What's up?
all right. So, I'm not like I don't watch baseball a lot. So, if you was to give me 3 top teams to watch for a good game, who would they be?
All right. So, 2 teams I've been watching. They're in the NL East, the Atlanta Braves,
I know about the
and
Braves
the
a little
Miami
bit.
Marlins. I mean, the Marlins honestly have not looked this good since 2003. And in 2003, that was their last World Series win against the juggernaut New York Yankees.
Now, if you want to see a player instead of a team, do you go watch Ohtani for the Angels?
Oh yeah.
If you want to go see a player and a good player on a bad team is Ohtani. I can tell you that.
If you want to see 2 good players on a bad team, you go watch Ohtani and Mike Trout.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, so right now, another Florida team I'll mention is clearly the Tampa Bay Rays. They have just been
goddamn Tampa Bay Rays. They've been blowing shit the fuck up, bro.
They have been demolishing people for what I've seen.
Hey, honestly, since the start of the season, they have had.
Are they not
had
in our
their
division?
foot on the gas pedal, and they have not looked back. They are just commanding the AL East right now. And the Orioles, who another team you should watch, are not that far behind them. They have a prospect factory. Like, they're just pumping out prospects, and it is showing.
Boog, he's a Yankees fan. So for him,
I am a Yankees fan, but like
we're in the same
the
division.
Rays and Orioles are doing this good. It's like, holy
Yeah.
shit, it's not just the Yankees and Red Sox anymore.
Yeah.
So look, it's the Rays, the Orioles, the Yankees, the Boston Red Sox, and what is it? The Blue Jays.
Yes.
I have not watched. I watched a few Phillies games because I'm a Phillies fan at the end of the day, of course. But how y'all feel about the Cincinnati Reds having a hot start?
Ellie De La Cruz is him.
Yeah.
I mean, that's another team that one can watch too. Is the Cincinnati Reds? They started out red hot in the first half.
Because you got to think he's still young. He's still going to get better. So that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't say he's him yet, but in 2 or 3 years, remember we said his name.
Very true. I just look at it like the Nationals manager was just so bitter because of the whole bat knob thing.
Yeah.
Second inning, he comes up and launches a 450-foot home run. And before he left the box, he was like, hey, check the knob, and then just tossed it. It was like, damn. I understand it's the Washington Nationals. They haven't been the same since 2019, but damn, that's some savage shit right there.
I mean, like Anthony Price said, he said teams that have a hot start, it depends on how you finish. Because I can't even lie. Look at last year when our Philadelphia Phillies, we started shitty. After All-Star break, we cranked it up at the All-Star break.
Or even hell, go to a different sport. The Boston Bruins had a record-breaking season this past year, and they lost in 7 to the Florida Panthers.
I know it was very depressing for Mac to have that happen because they lost in the game 7 in the Boston Garden, and the Boston Celtics turns around and lose. So I mean, it was just bad for Boston in that week in itself.
Listen to me. I am a true Wizards fan. Nothing. There is nothing that's going to break my will, especially with Boston, because at least Boston stays kind of relevant, and they have won a championship in the last 20 years.
Yeah.
So I can be happy about that. I've seen championships. I don't have to.
But you have came on shows when the Bruins lost and Boston lost, and you went 40 clip like you was.
Yeah, no. I mean, the whole thing is, again, when you're that good and you're consistent, and then all of a sudden it gets to the games that really fucking matter, and you shit the bed.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let's be honest. Like, it gets me more upset to see teams like shit the bed. Like the Bengals made it to the fucking Super Bowl, bro. That's my division. I'm supposed to hate them. Fuck the Bengals. Fuck the Bengals. I'm cheering for the Bengals. Okay? Because I
was cheering for the Bengals because of Joe Cool.
I want to see the Cincinnati Bengals win their first Super Bowl.
I would love to see that. I'm not gonna lie. I would love to see that.
I want to see Joe Cool hoist that Lombardi trophy.
I think he will. I really think he will get a Super Bowl soon. I really think so.
And that's my whole thing. Is like I love sports. Mm-hmm. I would like if my team's not in it. That's cool. I'm gonna root for history then. That's what I want. I want to do. I want to root for history. So being a sports lover like that, that's what it doesn't matter if it's my rival team, if it's a team I have absolutely no clue about, whether it's hockey or golf. You know what I'm saying? Like I like seeing history be made. So I can be a fan.
Unless you're against the Dallas Cowboys.
I mean, I'd like to see it. I'd like to see it sometime in the next 10 years. I'd like to see him win.
Next 10.
The next 10. Shit, you better than me, Mac. I'm waiting to the next 20.
No, I don't think Jerry Jones is gonna last that long.
As long as Mike McCarthy's the head coach, they will not win a damn thing.
I mean, it's not Mike McCarthy,
and he's one of the coaches that's in a hot seat right now going into this.
And we about to get in. We about to get into that too.
No.
Man, let's get to some pigskin.
Jerry fucking Jones is the problem with the Cowboys.
You blame Jerry?
There's no more cut about it. What has been the single-handedly consistent thing with this team? Jerry Jones running this team. Jerry Jones picking the players on his team. Jerry Jones not letting his front office have full run of the team so they can do their job. They have to be yes men. You have to be a yes man to stay around. Look at what's his name?
Jason Garrett?
Yeah. Yes, man.
Yeah, he was a yes man, and that's why he was able to stick around in Dallas for so long.
After they won them 3 Super Bowls, what has he done? Nothing but employ yes men, yes men, yes men. He's done nothing since then. That's what I'm saying. If he stepped away and truly hired people to run that shit, like most of the other owners, you'd be in good hands.
Yeah, because right now the ship that he's on is the Titanic.
Like. And the whole thing is somehow this bitch just never fully sinks. It just keeps blowing up, slowly going back down.
You're absolutely right.
Slowly going back down.
It's that scene from SpongeBob. Keep going. You're good. You're good. You're good. That's the best way to describe Jerry Jones running the front office.
But speaking of coaches that's on the hot seat, No Mercy brought this topic to us, and it was 5 coaches on the hot seat going into 2023's NFL season. And knowing that you made this topic, bro, I would love to hear your 5.
So shout out to obviously Mike Greenberg, but when I listen to him, he brings nothing but facts and stats to the table. But since he wasn't on, it was Canty and Carlin, and they were talking about it. And the next show that was on ESPN Radio started talking about it. And some of these coaches, I was like, I'm kind of juggling it because they had Ron Rivera on that list. And I can understand that. But they also have Eric Bieniemy as one of the coordinators there. So, but for my list, at number 5, I got Todd Bowles. Point blank. Like, there's no other way around it. Like, his first season in with the greatest of all time that we have ever seen, with arguably, if not the greatest football resume that we have ever seen, being Tom Brady, under center. You're telling me you couldn't get back to the Super Bowl? Like, I understand injuries are one thing, but you're going to sit there and with Tom Brady, because Bruce Arians stepped away, you're just going to lose to the LA Rams. Like, he better do something this season. Otherwise, he's probably going to get told to kick rocks. So, and then next on the list, I got Titans head coach Mike Vrabel.
You took mine. We might have it a little bit different as far as ranking goes, but Mike Vrabel's on my list.
Yeah. I understand, like Big Mac said, front office run a lot of things, but at the same time, the Titans are honestly wasting the best prime years of Derrick Henry that we are going to see in the NFL, and it's not even close. This man is a one-man wrecking crew at running back. So, Vrabel, I don't know what you got to do, what you need to do. You got to step it up, bring it next season, and show why you defeated the Patriots of all teams in the wild card in, what was it, 2019?
Yeah, I think it was 2019, 2020 or something like that.
They have to return to that form. Otherwise, Tennessee is going nowhere and nowhere fast. So, number 3 on the list I got is Big Mike McCarthy. This man has had a team hand-delivered to him on a silver platter. And the last 2 years, they have lost in arguably the most embarrassing fashion that I've ever seen in my entire life. You got Dak running up the field for 30 yards with 10 seconds left, and as soon as he spikes the ball, there's no time left. And then on top of that, the following year, you got a running back lined up as a center to do something against arguably the best defense in football. What are you thinking? If the Cowboys if the Cowboys can't get past the second round, which, let's be honest, they probably won't just because it's the Dallas Cowboys, McCarthy's gone. He is gone. Number 2 on the list, I got Robert Saleh of the New York Jets. This dude's got all the pieces put together. He's got the defense, he's got the offense, he's got the offensive weapons, and most importantly, he's got the quarterback. At minimum, it is playoffs or bust for the New York Jets. Like, God is giving you everything you need to get to create the perfect football team to make a championship run since Joe Namath was your quarterback. If you cannot make the playoffs with this team there's no words to even describe like how catastrophic it would be if the Jets failed to do anything this season.
Who's number 1? Who's number 1?
They might have moved to LA, but I'm gonna still call them San Diego. Brandon Staley. This man can't get out of his own way if he was held at gunpoint. Come to think of it, there's been a few games where he's been held at gunpoint, and he still blew it. I mean, look at the playoff game that they had against the Jaguars, a 27-0 lead, and they lose 31-30. He should have been fired right on the spot. Like, oh my, I get a headache every time I think about him.
So who wanna take on this top 5 list? Back, I got a feeling that yours might be a little different here, brother. It might be a little different.
Yeah, no, I mean I'm definitely going to be hard on certain teams, and like I'm looking like he hit the head on some of them, so I'm going to just add on to that list right now.
Go for it.
I'm gonna start at number 5, Baltimore Ravens. John Harbaugh.
I was waiting for it. I was waiting for it.
He needs to be on the goddamn
He was on that.
in the hot seat. Like, bro, this is your final year. If you can't make it happen with this motherfucking team, then, bro, it don't get no better. It don't get no better. Like, I'm sorry. If we're going position for position, Ravens are within the top 3 teams in the entire fucking league.
They have one of the best mobile quarterbacks in the league right now.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, tight ends, offensive line, defensive line, linebackers, pass rushers, cornerbacks, slots, safeties. I mean, bro, there's nothing. We got the best kicker to ever grace a fucking football field.
And it's not even close.
That's a fact. That is a known fact.
I mean, come the fuck on. Like, we had Matt Stouffer, legendary fucking kicker. But now this motherfucking, a first ballot Hall of Fame kicker, bro. This is a fact. So, I mean, again, there's no reason you can't put this together. There's no reason you can't gain at least 50 yards or more every single play. I mean, every single possession. Like, there's no reason. So every time you should get in field goal range, no matter what, we going down the scoring points. Which means what? That means your average should be at least 28 or better. There should be no question about putting 28 points up on the board every single week.
Mm-hmm.
There's just all the excuses are over.
Yep.
Yeah.
So to me, it's they got to make it to the AFC Championship. If we don't make it to the AFC Championship this year, I feel like then there's no sense. If we lose a wild card game, even if we lose the divisional, I just don't see a reason to move forward with John Harbaugh. You've shown that since the Ray Lewis era, what have you done? What have you done? You've won one playoff game since Ray Lewis is retired.
I was going to say, how long has he been a coach?
Since 2008.
Okay.
Oh, it's time to go. It's time for him to go.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I was going to say, they won a fucking Super Bowl with Trent Dilfer as the quarterback.
But we also won with Joe Flacco. Put some respect on
it. I'll take Joe Flacco over Trent Dilfer any day of the week.
Playoff performance by any quarterback that's ever played in the playoffs.
I'll take Joe Flacco over Trent Dilfer any day of the week.
I would take playoff Joe Flacco over 90% of the quarterbacks that are in the league. Like, let's be real. Playoff Flacco was always literally look at his playoff stats, bro. And he was in the playoffs until he got injured. After he fucked up his leg and he started to become a little timid and scared to get hurt again, that's when it changed. That's when in 2015, that's when it was like that was the cutoff. Like, you knew he was too scared to play. And then Lamar Jackson came in a few years later, and we all know what happened.
Yep.
So, I mean, let's be real. I'm gonna put some respect on playoff Flacco. But on to my next team. I mean, the Bengals head coach. Like, I'm
Joe
sorry.
Taylor?
I'm sorry, bro. Like, he needs to be on the hot seat.
Really?
Bro, he's been there for what? What's this? His fifth year going in here?
I think it's his fourth year. I think it's his third or fourth year. No, fourth year. I think it's his fourth year.
Because he's been there just as long as Joe Burrow. No, he got there a year before Joe Burrow.
Yeah, a year before Joe Burrow, and Joe Burrow was going into his third year. You've
had Joe Burrow like all this entire time, and again, come on, Zach Taylor, you got to do something.
It's Zach, not Joe. My bad.
Yeah, Zach Taylor. You have to do something with him.
Hell, they've had the LSU connection for the last year or two?
2 years. So that's what I'm saying. Like this is now this is going on 3 years with what you've had. That's 3 years with Joe Burrow and the boys. And the whole thing is now, mind you, they've had Boyd and they had Higgins. So it's not like it's just Chase. He had to wait for Chase. No. He's had other weapons there too. And they had Hurst. They had what's his name?
They got Joe Mixon as a running back.
Eifert or something like that. But yeah, he got shipped out to another team. I don't know, but again, he's had weapons there. He's had a good offensive line. You turn around now, he's got Orlando Brown, So all right, no more. I mean, where's the excuses at now? There's nothing. He's covered. Their defense is decent on all levels. They have guys. They have role players. They have rotational players. Again, that's a team that's in my division. I see them play. And a lot of times they play down to the competition. So I'm sorry, if your team is playing down to the competition and not playing over the competition, you should be on the damn hot seat.
Yeah. I mean, hell, the Bengals even have, what's his name, Chad Hutchinson as like another version of J.J. Watt.
Yeah, no, and then again, you know what? And I think Belichick. What happens this year with Belichick? Belichick should be on the hot seat. He is. Because
he was questionable with me when he got mentioned on the radio.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, bro, if he doesn't win at least 8 games this year and at least hit the playoffs, I feel like it might be time. It might be time.
Yeah,
so,
a lot of things I can say when it comes to Belichick is that when he made Matt Patricia offensive play caller, that really suspected me for him.
Absolutely, and that's what I'm saying. If his team doesn't have a bounce back year this year, then again, like I said, I mean, there could definitely be a big problem there.
Hell, if they don't even get DeAndre Hopkins, their season is in trouble.
Yeah,
Robert Kraft is very accustomed to winning.
Yep.
So now you're giving him years and years and years and years. No, I want another championship ring. So you know what I mean? Like, I get it. I thank you, Bill. You're one of the greatest to ever do this, if not the greatest. But it's time for you to step down. Even Tom Landry had to step down eventually.
I mean, the crazy thing is the Patriots have been 25-25 since Brady left.
And I get, and actually that's really not that bad considering. It's really not that bad considering, but that's what I'm saying. Like, if he doesn't at least try, like, get close to even, then I think he's on the hot seat. He should be on the hot seat. Like, it's like Robert Kraft, like, you know what I mean? Like, eventually you're gonna have to make a move. Now I understand, like, if that means that Bill takes a front office role and you know, backs up on the head coaching part, I mean that's fine. But I mean, eventually you're gonna have to move on. Yeah. But like I said, I mean, you never know. But I feel like if not, he's definitely going to be or should be on the hot seat after this year if he doesn't produce. Yeah, that's agreeable. I was gonna I really was Chargers too. I really think it's a big one for the Chargers. Like, I'm just gonna touch on the Chargers. I think it's huge. Can
I say this real quick before you explain that? Brandon Staley is playoff for Buster for you, bro. Yeah, because the Chargers get talked about as one of the most prolific teams in the AFC year after year after year.
They have one of the best young quarterbacks that they've ever seen.
And they have one of the best safeties in Derwin James. Like, I mean, I'm confused. Like,
no. And see, there you go. I mean, like I said, I just wanted to touch on the Chargers. Right?
I said it for you. I said it for you.
Yeah, no, and I'm gonna be honest with you, and I'm gonna stay in the division. And guess where I'm going? Right over to you, Darion.
Come on, because they on my list too. Come on,
McDaniel, Josh McDaniels. Bro, you fucked up the first time you were a head coach. Now you fucked around and you found out you wind up having to go back to be a coordinator. Then you tippy-toed with the fuck around and went back to be a fucking coordinator. And now you're a head coach again. So look, it's time to put up or fucking shut up. Yes. Right? You have to run a solid offense and a solid defense. To even sniff the playoffs, you have to, no matter what, at least split your division. And you're going to have to win against the outside opponents.
Agreed.
Agreed 100%. You're their franchise player for a guy that could be a possible male stripper in Las Vegas. I'm wrong that Jimmy Garoppolo couldn't do that.
I'm gonna keep my mouth shut because I mean, listen, the Raiders is on my list.
Based on his looks, I dare you to
my list you named. Like John Harbaugh was one of the lists. John Harbaugh is definitely a guy that's definitely on my hot seat. Mike Vrabel is another guy that's on my hot seat. Brandon Staley is another one that's on my hot seat, but my other two, it's a little bit different.
I definitely had Stefanski on there.
Stefanski's been there for 4 years.
Yes,
you 1-1 in the playoff. You 26-24 as a coach. it's time for you to go to the playoffs and bust still.
And y'all got
He was
to
an
think
honorable mention for me.
Stefanski's career at this point is literally hanging on to the fact of how much Deshaun Watson is going to produce this year.
Exactly.
Literally.
Exactly.
There you go. There
And
it is.
mine's is not in no ranking, but this is another team that has to improve. And that is Arthur Smith and Atlanta Falcons. You have to improve the way you did this offseason. You went out and you got weapons for Desmond Ridder. You went out and rebuilt that defense, and you've been there for 4 years as well. Ever since you left the offensive coordinator to left Tennessee and go to Atlanta. Arthur Smith is one of those guys that gotta improve. You went and got Desmond Ridder as a high draft pick.
Robinson.
Exactly. So you're gonna Kyle Pitts gonna have to show up. Drake London had a good year last year, but I'm really looking forward to what that defense is gonna look like for the Atlanta Falcons. But my honorable mention is another one, and that's Dennis Allen in New Orleans. You finally got you a quarterback in Derek Carr. You finally got you a quarterback because you went through Taysom Hill as your quarterback, Jameis Winston as your quarterback, and Andy Dalton as your quarterback, and they just couldn't succeed. Now you got a quarterback that's been, people might not say he solidified his league, but he solidified statistically wise. And now you put him with a lot of great weapons and a great top 10 defense. There's no way Dennis Allen's going to have to ball out. His team have to ball out this year for him to keep his job.
Okay,
hold
on. I gotta cut in here. Anthony, listen, your top 5 coaches, right? And none of them are Bill Walsh. Bill Walsh ain't in your top 5 coaches of all time. That's
why nobody mentioned
a young John Gruden.
Why nobody mentioned McCarthy being on the hot seat?
No, Mercy did.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear. I would say
this ain't Cowboys talk.
Yeah, I was say
this ain't Cowboys talk. We hit on him one time.
He's at the middle of the pack.
So mine's just
Stefanski. It's more so just about the 2 embarrassing losses, both against the San Francisco 49ers in the playoffs the last 2 years.
Yeah,
that literally have him in the hot seat this year.
Absolutely, Boog. I would love to hear your 5 now because my 5.
I mean, y'all basically gonna hit everybody. I didn't even have a 5, so I had the Browns, I had the Cowboys. We talked about them. I had the Raiders. We talked about them, and I had the Chargers. I didn't have a 5th though, but we kind of touched on everybody. I had.
How y'all feel about Ron Rivera with the Commanders? How y'all feel about that? Him being on the hot, possibly being on the hot.
I can't say he's on the hot seat.
He had a bunch of losing seasons though.
It was 50-50 for me because he was juggling between Carson Wentz and Taylor Heineke. And when Taylor Heineke was actually out there winning games, and granted he had a bad game against the San Francisco 49ers, he put Carson Wentz in. The next game, Carson Wentz shits the bed, and in the post-game conference, he comes to find out, like, oh, had we won that game, we probably would have been in the playoffs. And it's like, dude. So for me, it's 50-50 because he does have Eric Bieniemy as an offensive coordinator, but he also has Sam Howell, a first-year quarterback, going into the season. So it's like, okay, what are your plans going into the season? Can you see a
Patrick Mahomes era when it comes to Sam Howell? I mean, Eric Bieniemy is a great play caller. You see what he did for Patrick Mahomes. So, I mean,
very true.
But he doesn't need to with the weapons.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm talking about as far as like the success of Sam Howell, the success. I'm not saying he has to be actually like Patrick Mahomes. No. But I'm saying like as far as developing a quarterback like a Patrick Mahomes, hell yeah, I think Eric Bieniemy can do it.
Yeah. Like I said, honestly, with Sam Howell, I get Taylor Heineke vibes from this kid because he has that dog in him, and it's like Taylor Heineke and Tim Tebow had a kid. He looks like he has that dog in him to just take the hits, but also give the team that motivation to want to win going into the second half.
Right. Okay. So let's get it. Let's get into this topic here. NFL quarterback rankings by tiers. This is about to be interesting right here. Ranking.
Ooh, I actually saw this on social media, so I'm pretty intrigued.
Yeah,
shouldn't come as any surprise.
So, as far as they have it as, I'm trying to see how they got it by. So they got it by tier. They got about tier 1, tier 2, tier 3s. So, I guess your tier 1 you got so far, you have your big 3. The
Yes.
big 3 is Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, and Josh Allen as your tier 1 quarterbacks.
No surprise.
That's who they have. Or I'm not really. I'm not surprised either. But I mean, Joe Burrow can stay up there. Patrick Mahomes can stay up there. But Josh Allen fell off last year.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely think he should be a tier 2 quarterback going into this season.
Yeah.
Because
he's having a hard time like getting over the hump of Mahomes and Burrow.
Because look at tier 2. Tier 2 got Justin Herbert, Lamar Jackson, Trevor Lawrence, and Jalen Hurts. You could definitely move Jalen Hurts or Lamar Jackson or even Justin Herbert into tier 1 and put Josh Allen in tier 2. For real,
you could even make an argument for Trevor Lawrence.
I feel like it should have been Jalen Hurts, Josh Allen, and Patrick Mahomes. And I had looked up this, and when I was thinking about it, all 3 quarterbacks, they rushed for over 350 yards last year, average at least 7 yards in passing per attempt. So you gotta think like those 3 quarterbacks. We talking about Jalen Hurts, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes. Not only can they throw the ball, but they can make a threat on their feet. Not saying Lamar can't either, but it's just not. You get what I'm saying? Like this year, we might see a lot more of that from Lamar with him having more options. But I feel like those should have been a 3 because they can pass and they can beat. They all are proven threats with their feet.
So you're saying Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, and Jalen Hurts as your 3?
I wouldn't. I had Mahomes. I think Mahomes. I mean, not Mahomes. Burrow is in the second tier. And I know everybody will get on me, but I'm saying it's some other good quarterbacks down there too. And Burrow will be leading the pack. But I just feel like
the AFC that is stacked that makes the argument of like where to rank the quarterbacks.
Yeah,
I was really surprised to see Trevor Lawrence in a tier 2, but he definitely made a leap this past year. He definitely made a leap this past year, but I think that's the only surprising one that I saw that's in tier 2. But to see Jalen Hurts in a tier 2, with this group in itself in the career year that he had last year, I think he should have been in tier 1. In my opinion.
Averaged 10 rushes per game and 13 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah, he's brought that swag back to Philly that Philly hasn't seen since Donovan McNabb was quarterback when the Eagles went to the Super Bowl in 2004.
So tier 3 is a lot of people in tier 3. Aaron Rodgers, Matthew Stafford, Tua Tagovailoa, Justin Fields, Daniel Jones, Deshaun Watson, and Russell Wilson in tier 3.
I would probably have Russell Wilson in the lower tiers because of the atrocious year that he had this past year.
Look at Mac's face.
What tier? Hold on. Lamar Jackson was in tier 2?
Yes, he was in tier 2 with Justin Herbert, Trevor Lawrence, and Jalen Hurts.
Bro, like that. This just like, bro. There's 4 top quarterbacks in this motherfucking league. When you're talking about guys that are completely dangerous and could win with any team, you put them on the Panthers right now, and they're gonna get you at least to the fucking playoffs. All right, let's be honest. There's 4 of them. You got Patrick Mahomes, you got Joe Burrow, you got Hurts, and you got Lamar Jackson. Those are the top 4 quarterbacks that can go to the Panthers right now with the team that they have and get them to the playoffs. They might not win in the playoffs.
Include Allen as an honorable mention.
Huh?
I'd probably include Allen as an honorable mention.
Yeah, we have to see after this year about.
I want to see him have a bounce back year.
Right. That's how I am with it.
If he don't have a bounce back year and he doesn't go, like that's what I'm saying. Like, bro, how can you put him on God? Like you're putting up there with Patrick Mahomes, but what has he won? What has he won? Like, and don't get me wrong, like that's my problem with Lamar Jackson because Lamar Jackson hasn't won anything, but he's also finished 2 years in a row on the injury.
Yeah.
So
that's probably why they tiered it like that until this year. You know, they tiered it like that because they going based off last year. But
man,
I get your argument.
Winning percentages like Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson are right there on level when you're talking about winning percentages. When Lamar Jackson plays, we win.
I was going to say, I think Lamar Jackson is probably the only quarterback to have ever been unanimous MVP in the NFL too.
Right, but
so I think
how y'all feel about tier 3?
Like I said, I would probably have Russell Wilson ranked lower again, just because of the atrocious year that he had. Like he really went to Denver, having us thinking that aside from the Chargers and the Raiders, that everybody in the friggin' AFC West was going to be a contending playoff team. And instead, we got, like, there were Bronco players like Jerry Jeudy, and there was, I think, another wide receiver
Courtland
on the
Sutton.
sideline giving Russell Wilson the stink eye. So
Yeah, I think it was
understand
Courtland Sutton, if I'm not mistaken. It was Courtland Sutton.
Yeah, you could be right.
But,
But I mean, granted, the career that Russell Wilson has had, to go to Denver and just do that, you shouldn't be in a top 3 tier at all.
But I just want to make this clear about they named the tiers too. So tier 1 is called the Big 3.
Yeah.
Tier 2 is that could join them next year, meaning that they could join the Big 3 next year. So that's why they had Justin Herbert, Lamar Jackson, Trevor Lawrence, and Jalen Hurts. Tier 3, they had intrigue with question marks. Aaron Rodgers, Stafford, Tagovailoa, Fields, Jones, Watson, Wilson. That's what the name of tier 3 is. Now, tier 4, it says you can win with them. And these are the guys that they have at tier 4. Jared Goff, Dak Prescott, Geno Smith, Kirk Cousins, Ryan Tannehill, Derek Carr, and Jimmy Garoppolo. That's tier 4.
In a way, yeah. Because look what the
So
Lions
would you
coach has been able
put
to do
Wilson
with Jared Goff.
lower than 3 and put him in 4? And who would you put at 3?
Well, you know what? I'm surprised one person didn't make the list. Mayfield.
Oh, we're not done yet. We got a tier 5.
I mean, but I'm surprised he's in the absolute bottom tier.
Yes, he's definitely in the bottom. He's definitely in the bottom tier because tier 5 going with, because I think there's no argument with tier 4. I don't think there's no argument there. But tier 5 has, let me just double check, because tier 5 was like future potential, can win with them guys. Potential, future potential.
Right.
Mac Jones, Kenny Pickett, and Brock Purdy. As tier 5.
Yeah, I'll agree to that. I mean, Kenny Pickett is learning under one of the most consistent coaches in the NFL, being Mike Tomlin.
Y'all gotta hear this next one. It says tier 6. No clue, man. That's what the tier is called. So guess who's in this no clue tier?
Oh boy. Kyler
Murray, Sam Howell, Jordan Love, your guy Mac, Baker Mayfield, and Desmond Ridder. They got him as no clue. I think the reason why they have these players here because it's very uncertain on how they're going to play this season.
Right.
I think all of them is uncertain.
Yeah, and I think for Baker Mayfield, it's a make or break season for him because he, ever since getting cut from the Browns, he's been bouncing around and finally landed on the Buccaneers. And it's like, okay, there's players on that team that are going to be coming back 100% healthy. So what's the plan?
I mean, dude, I think he has a great comeback here. I think
if he can pull off a Geno Smith, listen, I'm right with you.
Listen to me.
Yeah,
I'm telling you now, I wouldn't be surprised to see him put up 3,500 yards and around 25 touchdowns.
I would love to see that, especially with an open NFC South. I would love to see that.
Please look who he's throwing to. Please look who he's throwing to. Mike Evans wants to break records, okay? Mike Evans is going to go out there and put up at least 1,210. He's going to have 10 touchdowns no matter what. He's going to have 10 touchdowns.
And then on top of that, you got Chris Godwin, too.
If he can stay healthy, though. That's the whole thing. If Chris Godwin can stay healthy, they are a good 1-2 punch at wide receiver.
They got dogs as offensive linemen. Dude, they just restocked with another guard to put next to Jensen. They look just like each other, missing teeth and shit. They both do fucking Brazilian jiu-jitsu. Like they got Tariffs as their left tackle. He was a wrestler all through high school and college. Like they got
to go against in high school.
You know what I mean? Like they got Kappa. They got a solid offensive line. They got a couple good running backs.
Yep.
They got a good defense.
Yeah.
I'm saying, like, I feel like Baker Mayfield's going to surprise some people because you got to figure they're going to get around 8 to 9 possessions a game because of that defense.
But going back to the coaches in the hot seat, it's all about what Todd Bowles can do with this team.
Is Byron Leftwich still the offensive coordinator for them?
I think so.
Because if he is, then I really want to see the decision making of Baker Mayfield. That's the only problem I have with Baker Mayfield is his decision making. I think he has a great arm. I think he's athletic. I don't think he's a bad player. His decision making is the reason why he's being hindered as where he's at right now. It's his decision making.
Yeah. The only person that's putting him in the one of the top tiers is Skip bum ass Bayless. Tell me I'm wrong.
You know what's funny? I used to like Skip Bayless, but now he's just bogus out of the water now.
If we're talking about
to be
potential,
disrespecting somebody like Shannon Sharp on the show consistently.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Yeah, no, you don't disrespect Shannon Sharp. That motherfucker.
No, sir.
Bro, he went from John Elway to Trent Dilfer and won Super Bowls with both of them.
Facts.
In the latter half, this motherfucker was he was what, the second top receiver on our team.
Yeah, I mean,
you know
honestly, if I'm Shannon Sharp and Skip Bayless is dishing out that kind of respect, the fact how he kept it in him to not reach across that desk and strangle him,
bruh.
If I'm in his position, like I'm a Hall of Fame tight end, I don't care if we're on the air. I'm jumping across that.
His writing's on the wall for me. His writing's on the wall for me when it comes to that whole situation.
It's like,
because for real, it was Shannon Sharp bringing in the
Tom
views.
Brady's still playing, and I'm retired. Okay, I'm a hater.
Right.
Cool.
Right, and I feel like Shannon Sharp was bringing in the views, not Skip Bayless. Let's keep it real. So, in the last tier, of course, the rookies. They have Bryce Young, CJ Stroud, and Anthony Richardson as tier 7. And tier X is Tom Brady. He just in the shit by himself. Tier X. That's tier God. Sorry. He's higher than everybody. Forget that. He's higher than everybody on this list.
I mean,
it's taking me this long to admit it, but he's the GOAT.
I mean, I can't. As a Raiders fan, Tom Brady, just thank us because you went on the documentary and stated that it was a fumble. You stated that. You waited all these years. So thank you, Tom Brady, for admitting that. Thank you. Because we made you into who you are today.
He'll overcome the hurdle.
Charles Woodson made you into the person you were today because of that tuck rule.
Well, yeah, I still think you would have won a couple more. I still think you would have won a couple more, whether he lost that one or not. I still think he would have definitely won some more. But yeah, no. When you're talking,
you think he would have won 7?
I don't know. I don't know about 7, but he probably would have won 6.
I mean,
you got a point there. You got a point there.
And 6 is still pretty fucking good.
It's still pretty fucking good. It's still,
for the most Super Bowls.
Facts. Them and the 49ers.
No, they have 5.
That's why I said like Anthony Estrada. He was he said what was it? John Madden. He said
he said John Madden, Bill Belichick, Jimmy Johnson, and Andy Reid, and the young John Gruden.
Bill Walsh. Bill Walsh. Listen to me.
How Bill Walsh is not on that list?
Hold on a second. Bill Walsh, every fucking coach in the last 35 years that's become a coach has read, seen, or owns Bill Walsh's book. That is literally the key. If you go on eBay right now or Amazon, his book is like $450 fucking dollars. But when you're talking about the insights of defense, offense, the complete understanding of it, it's like football for dummies. If you want to learn to be a coach, if you want to learn the true facets of the game and the breakdown of it and the coaching of it and how to push players and how to push different types of players and how to coach different types of players and how to run different schemes and different offenses and defenses, like the book has everything. And it's a
like
must
a Vince
have.
Lombardi coaching mindset right there.
the fact
I mean,
is,
you can even put a Mike Dicker over a young John Gruden as a head coach. For me, as a Raiders fan, I would definitely put a Mike Dicker over there.
Hold on. The Ricky Williams trade. No, I'm sorry. That his coaching record is a little bit tarnished because of that, and that's what doesn't make him a top 5. You could argue a top 10 coach, but top 5, no sir, not Mike Dicker. Like, dude,
I wouldn't put a young John Gruden in the top 5. So
fuck no. John Gruden was he was a coach. He was a
good coach, but top 5 all time, absolutely not.
No. If he was top 5 all time, like, come on, bro. Like, he wouldn't have been a fucking spokesperson. I'll tell you that.
And then the only reason why I say he's not a top 5 coach because they gonna say, "Oh, he took the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to Super Bowl," but that was Tony Dungy's team. Hello.
Yo, he built the team, traded a couple players, then traded to that fucking team and won a Super Bowl with that team.
Exactly.
Like you
had Rich Gannon.
Like, how crazy that was that he helped make the trade to that team to then go get traded to that team to coach.
You had Rich Gannon leading the offense and Charles Woodson leading the defense.
And then you had Callahan, which was his offensive coordinator, be the head coach that year. And of course, Callahan was not going to change shit from what Gruden was doing. Hello. Come on. Like, let me stop.
But yeah, so honestly, I'm gonna go back to one of the tiers. I think it was tier 3 where it had like Daniel Jones, Justin Fields, and all them other fellas. So Justin Fields, I could honestly see it because
you said tier 3 or tier 2?
Tier 3. It was Daniel Jones, Justin Fields, Russell Wilson, and all them other
Deshaun Watson, Aaron Rodgers, and Matthew Stafford into Tua Tagovailoa.
Yeah. So Stafford, he got some explaining to do coming off injury season, which, let's be honest, like the fact that he goes to LA when he's played through injuries in Detroit, he goes to Tinseltown, and it's like, bro, what the hell? Where'd that dog mentality go? Where'd that Georgia mindset go? Like, what the hell, man? You got some explaining to do this upcoming season. But yeah, Justin Fields, I mean, the Bears loaded up this offseason. There's no doubt about that. So,
yeah, I think Justin Fields might move up in that tier in a couple years, though. But I still think you need to keep that core around him with DJ Moore, Cole Kmet, Mooney, and Chase Claypool. If you keep those guys around on a consistent basis, I think Justin Fields will be just fine.
Yeah, like we could very well see the Ohio State Justin Fields versus a running back Justin Fields. Because last season, he rushed for more yards last season than he did his 4 years at Ohio State. And that says a lot.
I mean, that man was running for his life with no offensive line. I mean,
facts. I was just about to say.
That man was running like he was running from the cops, like he was a part of NWA. Like, that's the way he was running. I mean, he was running from the cops
like NWA was running at Detroit Coliseum.
Yeah, like you wasn't cruising down the street in your 6'4" with that Bears offensive line. You just wasn't. Man. You just wasn't. But
yeah, so me being a Giants fan, like I got some big expectations for Danny Dimes Jones. Like the fact that he signed a 4-year, $195 million contract is like, dude, you got to step up this year. Like you got some weapons. You got like your best receiver last year was Isaiah Hodgins, and now you got Jalen Hyatt from Tennessee. Represent. That man gonna do something for you. And you
watch out for my boy Jalen Hyatt. Watch out for my boy Tennessee Vols, baby.
Slayton and fucking
Darius Slayton. Yup.
And what's the other guy's name? It starts with an S. It's Slayton and
Who's
Sterling.
the other guy that stepped up as your wide receiver that stepped up last year that had a good year? I forgot his name. Oh my God, it's right there.
Oh my God, I can literally.
Sterling Shepard.
Something Higgins?
And no, that was Hodgins. That's what he was just talking about. But I'm talking. What is it? Sterling Shepard.
Oh yeah, Sterling Shepard.
I feel bad for him so badly though. Because that man was so good coming out of Oklahoma. He just cannot stay healthy.
Yep.
My
think.
God.
I mean, honestly, after this past year, like my expectations are the same, but it's like, come on, we gotta ride that momentum.
Yeah. I think the Giants gonna be art this year. I think they're gonna be art. Once they secure the bag with Saquon, y'all be fine. Y'all be fine. But,
Saquon Barkley, give me him any day of the week.
So DeAndre Hopkins had a quote out there, ladies and gentlemen. He said that he'll retire from the NFL when he no longer has a 1,000 yard season. Now we can't include last year because he was gone for 6 to 8 games for the PED violation.
Mm-hmm.
But if you look at DeAndre Hopkins' stats, the man, no matter what quarterback it was, always had over 1,000 yards receiving in this league. I mean, the numbers don't lie.
You think he ain't got 4 more years in him? He got 4 more years in him.
I think he has 5 more years in him, in my opinion.
Yeah,
I think he has at least 5 more years.
He's got 4+ years left in him. And hell, if he goes to the Patriots, like I'm honestly keeping my eye on that. If he goes to the Patriots and plays under both Bill Belichick and Mac Jones, who would rather go out and practice versus pick up a video game controller and play Call of Duty, the Patriots are going to make some noise in the AFC East.
Bruh, like I'm scared the Jets are going to get his ass.
What, the DeAndre Hopkins?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Bill put in the chat about Dalvin Cook. So how you want to get both? Because it's been rumors that D-Hop and Dalvin Cook want to play with each other. And you see Book put in the group chat about a rumor about Dalvin Cook going to the Jets. Yeah. I'm saying, listen, big signing bonus, small salary. That's all I'm saying. And you know what? It goes back to No Mercy's quote there about Robert Slayer being on the hot seat, because if you go get a Dalvin Cook and you go get a DeAndre Hopkins, it's more than playoff or bust. It's division or bust. It's AFC Championship or bust. With just add those two.
It's fucking Super Bowl or bust.
For real, Super Bowl or bust. If you add them two. I mean,
I would say if you add them two, it's definitely AFC Championship or bust. I wouldn't necessarily say Super Bowl because, again, this is the first year these guys will be playing together, period.
Very true.
And again, like, I know they're going to get early playing time and blah, 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 but still, you know what I mean? Like, to just start playing with guys and to have immediate gel, it doesn't always happen.
So in the last 4 seasons before last year, DeAndre Hopkins in 2017 had 1,300 receiving yards. 2018, 1,500 receiving yards. 2019, 1,100 receiving yards. In 2020, 1,400 receiving yards. Oh my God. It's only 3 seasons out of all the seasons that he played, he only have under 1,000 yards, and that was in 2013 with 802. That's which he was a rookie. It did. He had in 2016. Huh?
Was that his Houston days?
His Houston days, yes. So outside, matter of fact, with his career in Houston, he only had 2 seasons that didn't have 1,000-yard receiver, and that was his rookie year, and that was in 2016. Everything else between 2014, 2015, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, he had over 1,000 yards receiving. And think about the quarterbacks he went through in those years since 2013.
Mm-hmm.
It's called consistency, baby.
Yeah.
It's called consistency, baby.
Oh, I mean, he even went off on a list of quarterbacks that he caught a touchdown from, and they were all Houston Texans.
All right, guys, I got to take this call.
I got a memory.
I see you tomorrow. Peace.
All right. We was on the final topic. I was going to talk about some other stuff, but I know it's getting late and we've almost been on here for 2 hours. But before we head out of here, and have, are we going to start going three times a week starting next week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, instead of 5 days a week. Because I need a break. I still do a Raider show on Tuesday nights and trying to do this show. And then by the time it's done, I gotta go in there at 8:00. It's 7:36. You see what I'm saying? So it's really pushing it. But anything you look at, you watching any baseball tonight? You watching any summer league tonight? Because I know, I mean, you back home, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be watching some baseball games tonight. I actually just got some notifications from Yahoo Sports of like, hey, this game is starting, this game is starting, this game is starting. I definitely got my eyes on the AL East and NL East. That's for damn sure. And we definitely approaching the All-Star break. And after the All-Star break, certain teams start to catch fire, and that's when things really start to get interesting. So, as honestly going into this season, being an avid baseball fan, I got my eyes on certain teams this year. Damn sure Mets ain't one of them.
I know the Mets ain't looking too good this year. I think they're like 16 games out of the wild card, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes,
so
it's
a lot of work that they have to do. But
and they still paying players that don't play for them.
That's what happens. That's what happens with no salary cap,
man. They just sad. But I'll tell you one thing I'm looking forward to tomorrow night.
What?
Let me talk to you.
Yeah. Oh, Friday Night SmackDown, baby.
You already know. We got the trial of the tribal chief Roman Reigns after he got pinned by Jey Uso for the first time in 3 years.
3 years, yes.
And I want to hear what LA Knight got to say after he came so close to getting that briefcase.
I wonder now, since Roman Reigns got pinned. Mm-hmm. I want to see now who's going to be up for the title.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think SummerSlam, for me, SummerSlam, Roman Reigns loses it. That's just me.
Yeah, they're honestly, social media is saying that he drops the title to Jey Uso because he was the first man to pin Roman Reigns when Roman Reigns was in the WWE, and he was the first man to pin Roman Reigns in the last 3 years.
We just got to find out tomorrow at 8:00 Eastern Standard Time on Friday Night SmackDown. But there you have it, guys. Another episode of the Darion Hopkins Show in the books. I want to thank Bug. I want to thank my bro Mac. I want to thank you, brother, for coming on. Really do appreciate. I know you came on late, but we got through majority of the topics. It's probably gonna be a lot of topics going into the weekend. But I will be doing some summer league basketball this weekend. I might do some tomorrow night. I do want to see Victor Wembanyama, see how he looks in the summer league. So I am going to do that game. So I'll let y'all know all the details and developments, but make sure y'all follow us all on Facebook. Facebook is D Hopkins Show. Twitter is D Hopkins Show. Twitch now is D Hopkins Show. And TikTok, all at D Hopkins Show. Comment, like, and subscribe. Hear us on Spotify at D Hopkins Show, Apple Podcasts, D Hopkins Show, Amazon Music, and iHeartRadio, all the same name. Is nothing changing on there. And we'll see y'all later, man. And I hope y'all like the new Instagram thread. I think I love it. I think I love the new Instagram thread thing. I think it's pretty dope. But we out of here, y'all. We see y'all tomorrow, same time, same place, right here on the D Hopkins Show. And we out, y'all. Peace.